The Second World War ended, but a new conflict emerged from the ashes, the Cold War. This wasn't a war of tanks and trenches, but of ideologies and espionage. On one side stood the United States, championing democracy and capitalism. On the other, the Soviet Union, promoting communism and its vision of a worker-led society. Both superpowers emerged from World War II battered but powerful. Mutual suspicion ran deep, fueled by starkly different visions for the future. The US, horrified by the specter of Soviet expansionism in Eastern Europe, sought to contain communism's spread. The USSR, wary of Western intentions, tightened its grip on its newly acquired satellite states. This clash of ideologies played out on a global chessboard. Proxy wars erupted in Korea and Vietnam, each side backing its chosen allies. Espionage networks flourished, seeking to glean secrets from behind the increasingly impenetrable Iron Curtain that divided East from West. The world held its breath, teetering on the brink of a conflict that threatened to consume all. The stage was set for a chilly war that would shape the second half of the 20th century. Few symbols embody the Cold War's stark divisions as powerfully as the Berlin Wall. Erected in 1961, this concrete barrier sliced through the heart of Berlin, a city symbolic of Germany's and indeed Europe's post-war division. The wall stood as a tangible manifestation of the ideological chasm separating East and West. For those trapped on the eastern side, the wall represented oppression, a barrier to freedom and opportunity. Families were torn apart, divided by a structure that mocked the very notion of unity. Escape attempts, often daring and fraught with danger, became all too common as desperate souls sought to break free from the constraints of Soviet control. The Berlin Wall became a focal point for Cold War tensions. In 1963, President John F. Kennedy famously declared, "Ich bin ein Berliner," a powerful statement of solidarity with the people of West Berlin. The wall's presence served as a constant reminder of the precariousness of peace and the ever-present threat of conflict. The year 1962 brought the world to the precipice of nuclear war. The Cuban Missile Crisis, a tense 13-day standoff between the US and the USSR, exposed the terrifying reality of Cold War tensions. At the heart of the crisis lay the Soviet Union's decision to place nuclear-armed missiles in Cuba, a mere 90 miles off the coast of Florida. The discovery of these missiles by US reconnaissance planes sent shockwaves through the American government. President Kennedy, faced with an unprecedented threat to national security, responded with a naval blockade of Cuba. The world watched with bated breath as the two superpowers edged closer to a confrontation that could have had unimaginable consequences. Through a combination of diplomacy, restraint, and perhaps a touch of luck, disaster was averted. The Soviet Union agreed to remove the missiles from Cuba in exchange for a US pledge not to invade the island and a secret agreement to remove American missiles from Turkey. The Cuban Missile Crisis served as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the terrifying destructive power of nuclear weapons. While tensions simmered on Earth, a different kind of competition unfolded in the heavens, the space race. Fueled by national pride and Cold War rivalry, the US and the USSR embarked on a quest for spaceflight supremacy, pushing the boundaries of technology and human ingenuity. The Soviet Union struck first, launching Sputnik, the world's first artificial satellite, in 1957. This event sent shockwaves through the US, which had underestimated Soviet capabilities in space. A month later, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 2, carrying a dog named Laika, further fueling the sense of urgency in the US. The US responded with vigor, pouring resources into its nascent space program. In 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American in space, and in 1969, Neil Armstrong took one giant leap for mankind as he became the first human to set foot on the moon. The space race, while a testament to human achievement, also served as a proxy for the ideological battle being waged on Earth. The race to the cosmos showcased the heights of human ambition and the depths of geopolitical rivalry. Ultimately, it paved the way for future cooperation in space exploration, transcending the earthly tensions that once fueled it. The legacy of the space race endures, reminding us of the boundless possibilities when humanity reaches for the stars.